mentioned these resources again. Yes. You know, there was some talk around, well, now that you guys are saying the older politicians should go sit at the back seat, well, they have children. They are going to bring their children out and say, you know what, go ahead. You have the money. Yeah. And then so is there anything that, you know, you guys may have...
To be very honest with you, there are elites today, there are politicians today that are rich in this country, that their children we have worked with, they are very, very enterprising and educated and sound, and they have passion for this country. Yeah, most of them don't have interest. They're in Dubai, they're in Amsterdam, they're all over the world, enjoying, doing whatever. But there are also good ones. So as an average citizen or as a middle-class person, I wouldn't want to condemn the children of the elite, because there are good ones that we work with currently and we are still working with. They have even supported us. But I am saying that if they come out and we come out, the people that will vote will choose. It's about character. Exactly. I told you before that if Friday is going to be good, let us see signs from Wednesday. There are young people out there that have been doing so much, that have put in their best in the last 1 or 2 decades. They need to be given a chance. If young people are not given a chance across all parties, then there's going to be a serious problem, because it will suppress, depress, oppress, and make us to lose interest in the whole system. And if the future of tomorrow, if the leaders of tomorrow, or I would say the leaders of now, lose interest, then there's a serious problem. There's a serious problem.
Young, there's no doubt that we now have enthused younger politicians and voters, but I think their priority should be to fight to take violence out of our politics. Many perpetrators of violence are young people.
Yes.
All the thugs that are used for elections, they're all young people. Yes. So what kind of work are you all doing towards making sure that that is reduced to the barest minimum?
Thank you very much. Before now, you know, you had to, we have been on this even before this bill was passed. We've been sensitizing our youth. We've been giving them reasons why we should, you know, when you keep running after people, you see the violence that you see in the politics of today is because our youth don't even have, they don't think of their own future. They think the only way they can survive is to tie their future to this man's future. So when the man say go here, they can't say no, because the man, you will come to the man tomorrow to pay your house rent. If you are not ready to sustain the hunger of today, you will enslave your life and your generation to a man. And that's why I keep saying no man can take the place of God in my life. If every youth think this way, that we are born a super being. We are all born equal. If we can know this, we then live to maximize our God-given potentials. The reason you see thuggery in the system today, it is not because these people want to be thugs. Are you getting it? The system makes them to be thug, and they remain there because they cannot think outside the box. And Balamina said, let's not even use the boss.
Throw the box away.
Throw the boss away. It's only when we have come to throw away that boss. It is unthinkable seeing young people saying they're flagging up for Senate. And we have come to tell them that it is possible. Because everything is impossible until you try. These young men now want to see us coming to tell them, we are able to come to this place that we are now without a godfather, without tying our life to this man. I tell you, my younger brother, my last brother in the house, we called a family meeting, and all he's saying, he said, I want to be going everywhere you go. I said, shut up your mouth. When they were giving back to you, did you come with me? Forget the fact that we came with
your own ambition.
Yes. Don't you have your own life? You don't have your own dreams. So in other words, we have many youth like that have lost their purpose in life. They tie their destiny to a man. And once you tie your destiny to any man, you become a slave to that man. And it's not like slavery before they tie them on chains. But now we have more slavery today without chains. Mental slaves. So they have to emancipate themselves from this slave mentality. I tell people we don't have a third world nation. We have people living with third world minds in populations. So in other words, what we can do now is for us that have come out of this bondage. It's for us that have seen the light to come and tell them there is enough to gain. But before I round up this particular section, you know, people, I said it in the first place, I said, they see me and they said, I'm a son to one big man and all that. No. The fact was that when they were living in the city, renting 2-bedroom flat that they need a leader to pay for, I was living in the village. I was working on my product. Our youth today want overnight cash. They don't want to work on their product. If you keep celebrating this man because he has money, where will people celebrate you?
Okay, let me quickly go to Njoku. For some young people watching us right now, and who have the same zeal, the same passion, and of course character and content that you mentioned earlier, but they don't know where to start from, what would you tell them?
First of all, most young people, as a matter of fact, they have that phobia of cost and money. And as I try to answer your question, let me say this. The Not Too Young to Run movement, which is a youth and civil society-led movement, comprised of young people. And it's good for Nigerians to also know that across the 36 states of this country, we had young people who were coordinators, who organized day of actions, that's a march to national assemblies. These young people engaged all the 109 senators, all the 360 Federal House of Reps, all the 991 House of Assembly members. We are all reached out to. There were 2 national day of actions that we had in Abuja here, that people turned out in about 6, 7, 10,000 population. We did not need to meet any big man in quotes, to say, hey, give us money for this. Now, what do? We realize that our resource can be converted to power. And what is that resource that we converted to power? The population of the young people. We looked at the population. We knew that this population, with the right organizing and with the proper right strategies, we can convert all of this to power, and which we can use to achieve what we've achieved. So the good news there for every young man who has that zeal to know is, hey, it is possible. If you really desire it, if you really wish it, and if you are local in your place, then it is possible. Start, and then you will see the resources will come out. And if people believe in you, even that resources you think you don't have, financial resources will come out and it will be done. We literally taxed ourselves from our income and from our earnings to make all of this possible. So if we can do this across the country without the support of any big man, in quotes, big man I mean, without the support of any politicians, if we can do this, so why can't you do it? What is important is the resources of the young people that you have. With the right strategy, with the right consultation, with the right approach, you will be able to unseat the man who is representing you at the federal, at the state, and even your governors. And this is important for us to note. The future we are talking about is ours to own. Yeah, I'm less than 35, and we're talking about the future. The future is for me and for my kids, because who will be alive in that future? Some of the people that are representing you, I'm not wishing any person bad, but they're probably old enough not to even be in the very nearest future, because naturally people get old.
Njoku, thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like to thank all of you for coming this morning to share your thoughts on this, the youth's position in the 2019 elections following the Not Too Young to Run bill being signed into law. Thank you so much. A member, Not Too Young to Run strategy team, Njoku Emmanuel, and of course, National Publicity Secretary, Kowa Party, Kunle Lawal. Thank you both for coming. And in our Lagos studios, the founder, Nigeria Rebirth Foundation, Isaac Balami, and founder, Jet Age Nation Builders, Young Piero. Thank you. So we'll take another break, and Sunrise will be back in a moment. Just stay with us.